Hey yo, welcome back. It's your boy MK, and today we get Manchester City beating, more like destroying, and more like we get Jeremy Doku against Brentford today. And Manchester City just destroyed Brentford 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 0-3, however you look at it. It was a great performances. And I know, and we all know what happened last week. So our eyes were all on this. Our eyes were all on this game today. Not just because it's Manchester City, but not just because of that, but because what's on the line. Manchester City is trying to bounce back, basically, to put pressure on Arsenal. And Arsenal had 6 points, oh, 6 points, 6 points lead. But Manchester City dropped points last game against Everton. They stumbled. They stumbled, man. And I thought that game they actually played beautiful. They actually played good in the first half. Even before that goal, before that mistake, they were playing wonderful. And just one mistake, they all crumbled. They all just fell to their knees. And today, they didn't do that. They didn't make any mistakes. They didn't give Brentford any chances. And just like that, they put pressure on Arsenal. Who, let's be fair, let's talk about Arsenal for a little bit. First of all, they're in the Champions League final. Congratulations again. And after that, let's see how they're feeling. Let's see how they're feeling, man. Let's see how they're feeling. Not just physically, but also mentally. I know they're gonna be tired. I know they're gonna be lacking a little bit. They're not gonna be as sharp. They're gonna be like they're all excited to be in the Champions League and all that. But I honestly feel like it's gonna be a tough game for them. I honestly think it's gonna be a tough game, even though it's against West Ham. They're trying to stay alive, man. They're trying to stay alive. They're trying to stay in the Premier League. They're not trying to get relegated. And that just makes it that bit difficult. But this Arsenal we're talking about, it's not some pushovers. It's not a team that you know, just say, this is a hard game. They're not gonna win. No. This is Arsenal, man. They're gonna win, and they're most likely gonna book 3, 4, 5, maybe. But who am I? Let's wait. Let's see who wins. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how the game is decided. And let's go back to the game today. The game that just ended 3-0. And what a performance, man. We're gonna talk about the performances. We're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about the game. We're gonna talk about what it means to both teams. Brentford. Let's give a shout out to Brentford. Let's talk about them a minute or so. In the summer, who did they lost? They lost the striker. Isa, what's up? We say Isa, what's up? Something. They lost. They also who was the other guy they got rid of? Basically, who was it? Who was it, man? I know one was Wissa or Isa. What was it? Is his name? The guy that Newcastle bought. Wissa. That's Wissa. Oh, how am I forgetting Mbabu? Mbabu. How am I forgetting the bald boy, man? Mr. Baldy. How am I forgetting the chicken, man? Mbamu. The man that is cooking, that was cooking at United, man. How did I forget that guy? And there's also another one. I think the Arsenal buy him. Arsenal, I think it was Norgard, something like that. I forgot his name, that guy. But they lost their two strikers, two main tailsmen, and everybody had them getting relegated. Even myself, I thought they're gonna fight relegation. I never thought they're gonna fight for Europe, but they surprised me, man. They surprised me. They're actually fighting for Europe, regardless of where it is. It's a big win. It's a congratulations. It's a big win. If they actually do it, I don't know where they are right now, but if they actually do it, okay, let's check. They're only 2 points behind. 2 points behind against Brentford. But if they actually do it, first, man, first. They deserve everything. They deserve everything, man. After losing all their players, top three players, and to still compete. And what a job has this coach done. What a wonderful job he has done. And Thiago, man, Thiago keep scoring, man. The turtles keep scoring, man. Keep scoring. He didn't score today. He didn't get a sniff of a goal today. He had one chance or two chances, half a chances, but he messed it up. But today, I'm not gonna blame him for today. He tried to create, to do. But what a job they have done, man. And if they actually do it, congratulations. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. You just be back, be better. You know what I mean? And let's talk about the positive side. Let's talk about Manchester City. And what does this mean? What does this result mean? This result means Manchester City are back. They're back, and they put pressure on Arsenal. And now they're only 2 points behind. Same games played. 2 points behind. One goal behind on goal differences. Manchester City are 1 goal behind and 2 points behind. But it's all about the game tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see how many goals they scored. Tomorrow we're gonna see how big or how small or how big win or small win. Yeah, you know what I mean. Let's see how it is. And tomorrow, if Arsenal wins by like a big margin, 3, 4, 5 maybe, then I would probably say the league is done. I will probably say the Liga is done and dusted. Because who they got next? They got West Ham tomorrow, right? West Ham tomorrow. And they got Burnley next week. And the week after that, the last day, they get Crystal Palace. No disrespect to any team. No disrespect to any opponent. And I'm not going to say they're too easy, but I'm going to say they're favorable. They favor any week of the day, any day of the week, any week of a day. You know what I mean? Any year of a day. They're always favorable. They're always favorites. And the big favorites, not just, yeah, they actually winnables. It's like they 90% won this game. 90% they should be winning this game. 99 or 90%. And that 10% is just a surprise. But however, man, however, Manchester City just put pressure on them. Just a little bit. But Manchester City also get Crystal Palace next. That's their game in hand. And they have to win that game. They also get FA Cup in the middle against Chelsea, which I'm expecting them to win. I'm expecting Manchester City to make me smile, man, to make me happy, to beat the hell out of Chelsea. I'm expecting that. I'm waiting for that. And also they get Bournemouth, and they also get... one question. Why do we always get Aston Villa the last day? For the past 3 seasons, the past 4 seasons, I think, we had Aston Villa. I don't remember the last day we had a different team besides Aston Villa. They almost knocked us out. They almost... man. Imagine if it goes to the last day with Arsenal 1 point or 2 points, leading by 2 points or goal differences or whatever. Imagine if it goes to the last day and Manchester City yet again have to go past Aston Villa. Tell me about that. It's gonna be the 4th, 5th, maybe 6th time, man. I don't remember. Let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about the lineup, man. Let's talk about the lineup. Today, yeah. This is how both teams line up. Haaland, Doku, Cherokee, Semenyo, and in the middle they had Rangers and Silva. Man, what happened to Rangers, man? He was just a wonderful player. He was a great player. But I don't know what happened to him, man. He fell off big. He fell off hard. And in defense, we had O'Reilly, Ake. I think Gay was not Gay. Gay was here. Gay was playing. And Nunes, and Donnarumma at the back. But the only 2 sub basically was Rangers to come in and Ake to come in place for what was his name? In place for What's the guy's middle? The mini Rodri. The mini Rodri. In place for the mini Rodri and the defense. Ike one in for sub in for Hosanov. Yeah, Hosanov. And just like that, today at Brentford they line up with the usual 4-4-2 and that. You know what I mean? That's how they usually lines up. And Callagher, man, he made some decent saves. He made some, and this guy get cooked. He get destroyed. He get bent. Nah, pass, man. That's a little bit too much. Your man. This guy was helping him, man. This guy was helping. Your man was helping Kayuri. And Doku destroyed them, man. He destroyed them. He actually ran over them, and just undeservedly so. He is man of the match. He is not just my man of the match. He's everybody's man of the match. And I remember Guardiola saying, Pep said, I think what he said was, what was it? What did he say? He said he's not a clinical finisher. Basically, he's not a finisher. He's not a killer. That's what he said. He's not a finisher. And especially this season, man. Especially this season. Not just dribbling. We knew he could dribble. We knew he could go past his man. When they double team him, when they triple team him, he always finds a way. And not just that, but now this season, recently, especially in the past few games, he actually had an end product. Now he have 2 back-to-back games that he scored. He scored 2 goals last game. He scored a goal today. He scored against Liverpool. He scored against another team. What he actually scored a few good goals today, lately this season. And deservedly so, he was the man of the match against Everton, and definitely no close by a mile. He's the man of the match today. And Turkey Turkey didn't have his those games today. He didn't have one of his special games today. Semenyo was he was running, he was trying something, but nah, man, it's underwhelming. Haaland, he did his thing, get his goal. That's as long as Haaland scored a goal, I will not say nothing to him. I will not say nothing. He defends, he just runs, he just fights for the badge, and he does all of that. As long as he gets the goal, that's all I'm care about him, regardless of who he plays. He didn't had no touch this whole half. The only touches he had was when, like, the 2 headers he had, the first half. No other touch. No, basically he had 0 touch until that. Look, he had 15 touches the whole game. He played 90 minutes. He only had 15 touches. Even the keeper had more touches. The keeper had 25 touches. Forget about these guys. Forget about these guys. Forget about, man. This guy played 60 minutes. Look how many touches he had. This guy played 60 minutes. Look how many touches he had. Even this guy, man. But this guy maybe 100 something, 86. I'm surprised. But that was crazy, man. That's actually crazy. But he scored, man. He scored. He fought for it and then he won. And just like that, Arsenal is back on you. It's back on you, man. Do what you gotta do. And I'll see y'all later in the next video. Peace out.